Salutations, this is Grim Devell, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Caves of Cud. We are Nashramir, the Repugnant Beast. We have just leveled up to level 35 and got Siphon Vim, which is pretty exciting. I don't know what we still don't have any Psychic Glimmer, but I think we've got to be somewhat close. We've got Mental Mirror at level 4, Precognition at level 4, Temporal Fugue at level 6. That counts, even though it's just through items. It still counts towards Psychic Glimmer. And Siphon Vim at rank 4. I wonder if we equipped our other fugue-granting artifacts, which is what do we have? It's not Rescued Blessing, the Periodic Hood. Yeah, let's... Well, that would lower our ego, which may lower... Yeah, because then it might be +2 instead of +3. That's true. Let's find out. We don't have anything on our face. Why don't we have anything on our face? This seems wrong. Where Rescue Blessing? Oh, that gives us strength and agility. Right. But on our head, yeah, that ego. Let's get the Temporal Fugue from this. Yeah, ego's only +2 now. So everything is a little less, except, of course, for Fugue. Temporal Fugue is now at level 8, but I think it might be a net loss there. Alright, so put back the ego. But do we have 3 things that give us Temporal Fugue? Periodic Emed Boon gives us 3 levels of Temporal Fugue. And then... No, we don't have a weapon. And it might just be those 2 things. It might just be those 2 things. The Rhythmic Pistol... Oh, wait. No. Yeah, the Rhythmic Pistol gives us 4 levels of Temporal Fugue. Yeah, that's it. I thought... Yeah, we have so much stuff. There we go. You are being watched. And I think this is the first time we've gotten this, so let's read it. You are being watched. It's a familiar feeling when someone has watched you in the past, when it's light that's betrayed your presence. You made a friend of the darkness. You pulled your hat brim low over your eyes. You stepped behind the cover of a thatched wall. But those who watch you now watch in spite of such simple obstructions. Their sight isn't mediated by the rays of a gleaming star or torch, but by something much older. If there are ways to conceal yourself from these seeing eyes, if there are new kinds of darkness to befriend, you know nothing of them. All right, so now we have Psychic Glimmer. 22 points of Psychic Glimmer. Your Psychic Glimmer represents how noticeable you are in the vast psychic ether. As your mental mutations increase in level, so does your Psychic Glimmer and the frequency, strength, and number of those who desire to absorb your mind. Currently, you are being watched and pursued by ospreys, Pto's servants, and birds of psychic prey who pluck larval espers from their egg sacs. So we may... So this gives Temporal Fugue 10. And we could get it even higher if we weren't interested in this +1 ego boost. We could also put on the Periodic Hood, which would give us 3 more. We could get Temporal Fugue to level 13 without, or maybe 12, without actually having the native mutation. That's pretty remarkable. So I am going to keep that pistol in hand. Is there another gun that we want? The Shrewd Gun of Kapad gives us just +1 intelligence. I might as well, right? Just for the boost, right? And if we need to use a ranged weapon, we'll have to switch these out. Not a big deal. But for now, I think just wandering around the world, I think we do keep this rifle equipped so we can get that Psychic Glimmer. All right, so we're here at the Shumrakish Eye. And we're gonna search this site. Get some books here. And I don't know if we're gonna keep searching Oh, right. No, no, no. I'm fine. Don't return to the site at the start of the vision. I'm fine with psychic glimmer. We are looking... I'm going to stop auto-exploring for a second. Because I am interested in potentially finding... Alright, I thought there was enough Snapjaws. I thought maybe there would be a legendary one, but no, we are not seeing any. We are on the hunt for legendary folks, trying to get more reputation with the Consortium of Phyta. Oh, we're famished. Well, let's fix that. We probably have inspiration. Yeah, we are. And we still don't have... Yeah, we're going to try it again. We're going to try freeze-dried horse-room again. I know we have a ridiculous amount of recipes. No, we don't care about either. I guess the fungal infection one, because we already have a fungi one. I am going to preserve some more luminous horse-rooms. But very disappointed that we just cannot seem to get a recipe that gives us cold resistance. What are you gonna do? Tis what tis. So yeah, I'm not sure how much longer we're going to keep searching around the desert canyons. We may go to the jungle sooner than later. And instead of trying to find Snapjaws, try to find some legendary godheads. That's what I think. Because we spent a lot of last episode... Ooh, we found a layer of a Talipe, legendary salt hopper. We spent a long time searching the canyons, and it might be nice for a change of scenery. Not to mention that goat folk, or things in that biome tend to be a little higher level, so we could find better random loot. Not that we're going to find a ton that's... of the caliber that we're looking for to improve our gear. I do want to quickly look at like what some of these dead Snapjaws have left behind. Here's an artifact. Electrified. We're just going to leave that. The electrified iron vine reaper. What else we got? Not a lot. Okay. But yeah, we might as well, like, still look around the canyons as we explore a little bit. Here's a caravan, who I will talk to. What do you have? Nothing of which we are interested in. Nothing in which we are interested? Yeah. Nothing in which we are interested. Auto explore a bit here. Oh, we found the location of an oil weep. We're getting a bunch of bits, too. Got a beaded bracelet. Still find useful things sometimes. And I am going to remind myself, I know I do this pretty frequently, I'm going to remind myself of what Beetle things we're looking for. Rocket skates, barkbiter meats, flawless crysteel halberds, cathedra, copies of Artless Beauty, flawless crysteel aegises, phase conjugate items, right? Okay. It's good to keep that list kind of fresh in my mind. No, I'm not going to pick up that carbide battle axe, although that's pretty good loot for the desert canyon biome. Alright. Was there anything that we missed here that we want? I don't think so. The Animus of a Vast Mind. Someone is near. Oh, someone has put us in a force field. I'm gonna... Okay. Okay. We're gonna put on Burrowing Claws. And try to find the Esper. And maybe I should use Precognition. It doesn't really matter that much. We're fine. This game autosaves. Well, this isn't great. I'm trying to put out this fire. Okay. Can I break? Oh, I can break through the force field. We are breaking through. We almost have our hit points back. Gee whiz. We almost have our hit points back. Or we did. Alright, so there you are. Ego... Oh, no, that's just one part of it. Ego Sap and Psychic Thrall. So... You are someone I would like to use a gun, but I don't know if that affects... That'll affect our Psychic Glimmer if we equip the other gun. I don't know if Temporal Fugue... the thing that we want to do is kill the actual Psychic... Not the Thrall, but the Osprey or whatever it is ourselves. To have the chance of getting Ego. And I'm not sure if a temporal clone of you killing it will do that. I'm going to turn off Burrowing Claws. We have our good sword, and we, of course, can fly. And I am going to do that. Okay, there you are. Shish Ramoon no longer. Pto's Osprey Wraith. Swathing the frail frame of this waif is the habit of his order. Gray matter robes and a blindfold over his eyes. And yeah, the Ego Sap, it sheathes itself in filmy wings and brandishes a tissue-boring proboscis. I'm going to let you approach me. Oh, I'm prone? Right, back up a bit, because I do want to fly. Okay, I'm going to discharge here. Cool, we did kill the Ego Sap. Let's see how we do against Pto's Osprey Wraith. I'm going to Siphon Vim, because we're not flying anymore. Let's Siphon Vim here. Oh, it resisted our life drain. Okay, fine. I think I may Precognition, because why not? And I'm going to, I think, just attack. Because we've got a good attack. Yeah, we're doing fine here. Alright, you died. Alright, let's just wait this out. No, don't return to the start of the vision. That was fine. So that we killed the thing. We killed the thing. And that's that. It didn't give us anything. That's okay. But I think there was a chance that it could have. I think. Pretty sure. I think there is a chance that when you kill it, it will give you a permanent ego boost. Raising your psychic glimmer even further. Okay, so it's nice that, like, as soon as we got Psychic Glimmer, we got to see what that does and what that... we got to kind of, like, prove that that can happen. I'm just kind of wandering around still. I know I just said that we'd go to the jungle, and I do want to do that. But we have not seen these maps yet, so... Get some bits. Is there anything down here? Is this a different biome down here? Yeah, different biome. That's why it looks this way. Was there pink up here? Maybe not. An irritable tortoise. All right, now we're in the flower fields. Let's fly again and leave this map, and let's go to the jungle. Let's just go hang out in the jungle. Maybe like here-ish. Stop flying. Most of the things should be neutral to us here. And actually, let's go back up, because there were some Naphtali. And where there are Naphtali, there can be legendary godheads. And they're all just fighting each other, all these, the goat folk and the Naphtali. And that's good for us, because we get to loot them. Oh, we hadn't identified a solar cell in the past? Cool. Well, I will take that. Solar cells are nice, in my opinion, for recoilers. Okay. They will lose charge, I think, over time if you go, like, underground. But still. Okay, we've got a legendary goat folk here. Who is hated by Chava, so we're not going to do the water ritual with you, but, what did you do? Electromagnetic pulsed us? Just want to see if you have anything to trade. It's alright, we're just going to run away until we get unpulsed. Rude, though. Okay. Plump mushroom. And a gaslight Flissa. Can I disassemble? I can disassemble it. It might be worth something. Well, take the cell out. How much does it weigh? 5 pounds? Take it for now. So yeah, it's promising that we've already found a legendary creature in the jungle as we've begun exploring. That bodes well. I feel like sometimes the desert canyons I just can't stop finding legendary snapjaws, but we had a lot of trouble. Oh, stay away from you, Slumberling. And you. Mm-hmm. Whoop. We got some things to pick up here. Arrows. Oh, I'll take the lacquered carbide dagger, I guess. Is this pink fungicide? Okay. Alright, where there is a force field, there's usually a legendary creature, unless you have some device on you. What's... Who's here? Oh, okay. Is there someone legendary trying to attack the goat? No, maybe you legitimately just have an item that does it. I don't see anything equipped. Oh, whatever. Go down here. Okay. Yeah, all the trees are a little annoying, but the canyons were getting annoying too. Take you, plump mushroom. Yeah, it's kind of like zigzag around the map. Go down. Oh, these are a lot of irritable tortoises, which might mean, yeah, here's a legendary one. I don't want to make tortoises mad at me, so I'm not going to attack it. I'm going to flee. Just ignore it. Now, if it was hated by the consortium of Phyta, then I might have made that trade-off. What do we got? Chainmail. But it was a legendary creature. Good to see. I'm seeing less godheads than I thought I would. we discover the Decagon Shumrakish. Let's auto-explore. Oh. These things are not happy with me. They're members of the kinfolk of the Great Inkwell. The Great... Wait, what is that? Kinfolk of the Great Inkwell. Yeah, they really don't like us. We've killed a bunch of them. They're one of the only factions, if not the only faction, that we are hostile with. And I wonder if this is a site? Or if there's a site nearby? They are trivial to us. So, no worries. As long as we're not making other people mad by using our lightning attack. Electric attack. I will cook. A lot of pickled mushrooms. What happens if we use a pickled mushroom? What does that do? Reputation with fungi. Well, makes sense. Ooh, a box of crayons. Draw a Zetachrome loon. Okay. Just checking. I'll take the copper nugget for now, why not? Also, let's clean our items while we're here. I do wonder if this is a... I don't think historical sites are usually named with this kind of naming convention. But possibly. Maybe I should remove the cell so I don't accidentally electrify creatures I don't intend to. How? But if we randomly came across an artifact site, that would be great. Oh, you're fine. You're neutral. Yeah, come over to me. There you go. Oh, I made the dragonfly mad. I'm sorry, dragonfly. I didn't mean to. It was an accident. I hope I didn't make all of them mad here. I'm gonna discharge below me. Okay. Okay, auto-explore. A lot of these things. Bust that up. Okay. We found the location of the Analus Rose Shumrakish. A lot of Shumrakishes. What's over here? Okay. Just wait. All right. And maybe we'll find it downstairs. Maybe. There's some mirthworms too, which seem hostile. And electricity is pretty good for that. I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit and then discharge. Whew. Alright, just wait. Just trying to wait for this corrosive gas to go away. I like mental marrying the dread roots. Couple of books. We've seen... Yeah, we've definitely read about the Gershworms, right? Have we? Nephridia belch and quiver all along the stiff tube of its out esophagus. Its setae are damp like sucking roots, and its segments push and pull to moontime. Oh, did I just make beetles mad at me? I don't know. I think we're okay. Gee whiz. Okay. Auto-explore. Canteen. Is there anything in that canteen, actually? No. Still no downstairs. I wonder what all these kinfolk are doing here. Turn on burrowing claws. Turn them off. I wonder if there's an area nearby that is an historic site. That could be. Ooh, a shrine to Miram's scroll in aquamarine. After conferring with mysterious strangers, Miram convinced them to help him found an observatory in Kanamish for the purpose of mapping stars to the shapes of scrolls. They named it the Observatory of the Philosophical. Excellent. All right, I think that's everything here. Hold on. Time dilation grenade, you say? Weird artifact, you say? Spring turret grenade. I'll take it. Take the time dilation. I'll disassemble this chrome revolver. I'll take you. Hold on, what? Look over here. Oh, I can't. Burrowing claws. Okay. Books. Alright, we've almost explored this whole map. I think there's just a tiny little area left. Alright, and a couple of bits. So let's look in the adjacent squares here. Alright, here's some forgotten ruins, which I guess we'll search? Yeah, that's fine. But I do want to look at all the adjacent squares to that area, just in case there is an historic site that we've missed. We could also maybe just go on the world map and come back down, because I think historic sites are always in the center of a parasang. Take the star apple. Alright, this is a pretty bare forgotten ruin. Oh, all right. This gives us instructions. Half of the instructions to where the ruin of the House Isner is. Ruin of House Isner. So, fallen apart, however clay runoff are unabridged, we're going to keep. Get it. Fallen apart. Hold on. Mark it as important. And I wonder if we found the other direction. But this is near Almond Porch, some 36 parasangs west of Almond Porch. And then somewhere along that latitude is... I'm sorry, that longitude is the ruin of House Isner. But we need to find that other book. If I haven't already found it, I think I'm going to write in my notes here, actually. Ruin of House Isner, and it's 36 parasangs west of Almond Porch. Cool. Yeah, right there. All right. It is written down. And if we come across the other instruction, the other half of the directions, I will write that down as well. All right. Let's look down here. Nothing over here. We swell with inspiration again. Whoop. Are there any legendary folks here? I feel like there might be. A lot of Naftali here. Enough that I'm kind of expecting a legendary godhead, but not seeing one. Alright. Disappointing. Well... Oh my gosh. Alright, let's look up here. Over here. And... okay, those are all the adjacent squares to that ruin. Let's cook. Make camp. Preserve our fresh foods. And yeah, let's do another freeze-dried horse room. Finally, cold resistance. Nashromir's glazed horse rooms. All right, we finally got it. Now we can stop doing inspiration meals with dried horse rooms. Oh, hold up. Hello. Okay, you're disliked by a village and the cult of the coiled lamb. Nothing to trade. Okay. Just checking. All right, jungle ruin here. Take that silver nugget. Would love to get to the other side here. Can we do that? There we go. Rifle through some trash. I guess I'll take the carbide dagger. Whoops. I didn't take the copper nugget, but that's okay. Okay. Did you drop anything good? There's more trash we didn't pick up. All right. Here's a river. Walk away from the slumberling. What did you hit? Whoa, what is that? What did I pick up? Pickled mushrooms. Lovely. So we are finding legendary folks. But still no dice with Consortium of Phaita. Hello. Hated by a whole bunch of folks, but not the Consortium. It would be annoying if we found a goat folk that was hated by the Consortium, and because we spent a good while trying to increase our reputation with goat folk. Although, if that did happen, maybe we could just do the water ritual with a bunch of other goat folk and lower reputation with other factions, just to try to maintain as much neutrality as possible. I really want to find godheads, legendary godheads, and I'm not finding them. We haven't found one this episode. Here's a legendary Dawn Glider, hated by a bunch of folks. So we're not going to be doing the water ritual with you. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're in the Salt River now. Okay. We can look in here. I'll just just disassemble the cell. Okay. Let's go this way. I'm surprised we haven't found another psychic Osprey thing. We do have enough psychic glimmer, and we're exploring a bunch of new tiles, which can trigger it. All right, here we go. Here's the animus of a vast mind. Gotta be a little careful. It's been a while since we've been to a village, so I don't really want to lose a whole lot of progress. Here's Kishishru Rock no longer, Pato's Osprey of the Lagoon. Yeah, you approach me, and now we're going to discharge. Dead. There might be a psychic thrall with you? Not that we can see. Okay. I'm assuming electrical charge, or electrical discharge, hello, also can give you that +1 ego, I'm assuming. Okay, so you're hated by the coiled lamb, but loved by Naphtali and robots. How is our reputation with the cult of the coiled lamb? It's more negative than baseline. And here's another godhead. Okay. Okay. Hated by the consortium of Phyta. So if we killed this godhead, that would be very good. And as a bonus, we get more reputation with apes. We would, of course, lose a bunch of reputation with Naphtali and robots, but what are those like? Naphtali is really positive, and robots is generally positive. We can do this. Let's get in position here. Okay, because we're gonna... Let's actually precognition. And let's discharge. I'm gonna siphon Vim first. No, I'm gonna discharge first. There we go, that's it. Naphtali are now indifferent to us, but we can get that back. Robots is lower, but doesn't change how they feel. Apes is higher. We are now loved by the consortium of Phyta. Okay, I don't really want to stick around here because I don't want to kill the other Naphtali. So I'm not going to take that stuff. I'm going to fly and leave. Okay. No, don't return to the vision. Okay. Was not expecting to find something. I mean, that is great. Let's do a quick run to the 6-day stilt to get rid of our books. Ooh, we discovered the hexagon cache. Maybe we can pick up some additional books before we get there. And then we're going to go to Ezra and see if we can't finish that quest. That's fantastic. We can actually progress now. All right, we're just going to leave. Oh, we're lost. All right, we regain our bearings. Okay. Are we inspired? No. Let's just eat some hot and spiny. It's fine. Do we have any secrets from Reshef? No. But we got books. Now, the book that I marked as important should not be listed here. Not that we couldn't just reread it here. We got level up. We got +1 to each attribute and more inspiration. So this is also great because that means... Oh, our intelligence is artificially 29. We're going to add 1 to here. And now with our intelligence baseline 29, we can also finally get Tinker 3. Ooh. I think we have Leyline Puppeteers. Is that right? Do we? No, we have Psychodyne Helmet, right? I don't remember what Leyline Puppeteers do. I don't think we care as much about the Spacer Pistol, other than maybe something that we could sell for a lot. Or the High Energy Thermocask? Hold on. Let's take a look real quick at the wiki. Leyline Puppeteers. Channel grooves are cut into the glove's static, dried palms in the impossible patterns of ley line geometry. The fingers articulate at intersecting radials and spin the latent into being. Grants you temporal fugue. Alright, so it grants us a quickness bonus and temporal fugue, increasing our psychic glimmer. And they also use the floating nearby slot. Oh, it's powered by neutron flux. Or they can be jacked. So if we got the jacked mod, that would be pretty cool. Okay. Good to know. We could do that. It's worth $17.50. Thermocask. High energy thermocask. Gives you a bunch of resistance. And armor value, but lowers your dodge. Yeah. That's nice. And then the Spacer Pistol. Is a pretty nice pistol. I guess I will get the Leyline Puppeteers. Just because I think it's going to be a harder thing to find. Let's do it. And it's objectively worth more. Okay. Yeah, we still have that book. We have this data disk. Let's learn it. I mean, actually, and while we're doing this, let's go to Yafo. Because we also have some data disks here, right? Yeah, the Psychodyne Helmet. Learn it. Handy Nukes. Learn them. And Small Sphere of Negative Weight. Learn it. Now, it's going to be a while before we get the bits we need to be able to do all that stuff. We don't have any 7 bits or any 8 bits, right? So we can't make the Leyline Puppeteers. We can't make the Psychodyne Helmet. But we do have some antimatter cells. So we could get some 8 bits if we need them. Like, we could make a Handy Nuke, in theory, and just throw it down the well and get a bunch of reputation with Mechanimists if we wanted it. And as we get more 7 bits, we can just keep making more small spheres of negative weight. Pretty cool. All right, and coming to Yafo, also, our game is effectively saved. Is there anything that we want to store here? I don't know. I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and use the Ezra Recoiler. Cool. And I guess while we're at Ezra proper, let's quickly see what Sixru has. Let's quickly put on Visage. Boom. Okay, you've got a linear cannon. Everything looks really cheap, right? I feel like a linear cannon should be worth a lot more than 924 drams. It is a heavy weapon. But it's really good. How much does it weigh? 42 pounds. Yeah. You have a flawless crystal mace. Okay. It's good to see what you got, but I think we're okay here. Let's unequip Visage. Put Rescue Blessing back on. Put the Buckler back on. Okay. All right, and let's go talk to Asphodel. And I think this is going to be the last thing we do this episode. I am going to do precognition. Here we go. All right, let's do it. We are already water bonded with you. Which I'll do again here. Okay, just to see. Earl Asphodel, the Barathromites request your permission to lease control of the spindle. Their inquiries into the past have led them here. Oh, I don't remember the voice I did for Asphodel. Lease control of my spindle, you say? Well, well, that's a colossal request. There's no simple price I can assign to such a thing. Were I to grant such a request, you would owe me a great debt. You and several of your allies. So you say, how can I appease you? I will convene a council, the first council of Amanporch. Send word to 4 of your allied factions, have them send delegates. Together, perhaps, you could appease me. Hear me, Asphodel. I am a dear friend to the consortium. I ask that you reconsider. And we finished. Oh, it's you. You are a dear friend indeed. Of course, of course. You and your bear friends are most welcome to my spindle. You are kind, Earl Asphodel. You have my thanks. I honestly cannot remember the voice I originally did for Asphodel, and I'm pretty sure this is a very different voice, but I think this works. Okay. Awesome. Greetings, my viceroy. Sit your rump on a cushion or lie your long back on a cline. Soak in the natural light, a viceroy. That's right. I've leased your friends the spindle grounds and appointed you viceroy to oversee their operation. Welcome to court, Asphodelite. You serve at my pleasure. All right. That is excellent. I'm very pleased. Very, very pleased. So now we need to return to Gritgate. And now when we return to Gritgate, I think we will need to prepare for some interesting things. But we're going to deal with that next time. I enjoyed playing with you today, and I'll see you then. Bye, everybody.